James Drew here, another Comfy tutorial. I've been playing with this idea of mixing reality on using stock footage, right? So, and when I run this through the Imagine filter, which I'll show you the workflow in a sec, you end up with this. And that's after asking for prompts about blindfold woman surrounded by zombies and cannibals and things like that. And although this is a fascinating video, the way it is that you lose the model entirely, right? Her face is gone. And even if you put in the prompt, beautiful woman or beautiful face, right, or normal face, if you want all this action behind her, she's going to become the scene too. So how do you get both? To prep this video, I scaled it to 960 by 540, and I took it from 25 frames down to 12 frames per second just because I'm impatient and I wanted to show you this technique in the fastest way possible. To start, we activate the group, and I do that by right-clicking and set group to active. So you run this workflow first, and then after that workflow is completed, you would hide this group. Phase one is to imagine every frame using our original model as a control. And so we activate this group and run it first, and that's what we've done here. We're running it through a realistic line art filter, and that filter shows us this, right? And this is just a line art of every frame of our model. We're able to feed that line art into a control net. And then that control net is being fed into the positive prompt of a batch prompt schedule, which this is just standard out of the box batch prompt scheduling. That prompt is then run with the line art and into a K-sampler, your standard K-sampler. I've given it a fixed seed simply because I want to find something I like and just run it again. In reference to how diffuse the images are, how free they are to convey the idea of flesh-eating zombies is going to be your denoise factor, which I just have set at 0.5. And then out of our K-sampler, I'm decoding the sample and combining those images into this lovely, lovely image. And you'll notice that this is not what you would call an innocent, beautiful, and blindfolded. In fact, I added the prompts innocent and beautiful just to kind of see if I could give her some kind of stability in the animation, and it doesn't work, right? The entire scene becomes that, and that's exactly why this workflow is developed. So you run this entire workflow, and after you do that, you're going to have a movie. And so when you're done, you would hide that. And then you would come down into phase two. And phase two, I think this is going to be set to, oh, okay, good. So phase two, I just activated that. To me, the meat here is this Ultralytics detector provider, this YoLove 8S. It's detecting a person. And this is the exact name. If you Google this, you'll find this on Hugging Face. So you should be able to find these. All these are the exact names of what we're using. And this is a key one. You're going to want that person one. It doesn't have to be that person one. You can experiment with different ones. So that SAM detector is detecting that mask. You don't see it in the workflow here, but that's why I showed you that other example where, as you can see here, it slides back and forth. It's showing you the mask that's being made, and that mask is just simply combining with our original image, and those two things are marrying together, and we're getting our stable model on top of a very diffuse rendered imagined image. If you've never done the batch prompt, here's how you have to run phase two. In order for this one to run, you don't just hit Q prompt. You're going to have to go into here under extra options, and you're going to have to change your batch count to 144 or whatever you have for your total number of frames. When you hit Q prompt once, it's actually going to Q prompt it 144 times. And by running 144 times, this increment's going to count, and it's going to pull a frame from each of these models. And then that will lead to the part of phase 3 where we simply just marry them together. And that's only because of that SAM detector. As I said, this detector for some reason does not like if I pass more than one image without a reset of the queue. So perhaps there's a memory thing. I haven't really looked deeply into this. I am not an expert. I've been using Comfy for maybe 6 weeks now. So I just really into it because as a filmmaker, that's a broad reach to call me that right now, but I have a screenplay and I've been wanting to utilize this AI for that. And this masking technique is exactly what I need. And this is my way of saying to the Comfy community, man, thanks for posting all these tools. So you can download and run yourself and try out. You'll notice that the masking still allows you to maintain your original actor, to maintain their solidity, with the exception of the occasional cannibalistic zombie duck face. But hey, what are you gonna do, right?